Hello YouTube, this is the Nervin. I'm currently a bit tired and I can't go to bed yet, so I have to stay awake. And I'm doing an unwise choice, and I want to start a let's play to keep myself awake for, well, maybe 2 to 3 hours. And if this goes well, then you will actually see this. And if not, then I'm just talking to myself, but at least it will give me something to do. Yeah, so this is Drakensang. It's one of the newer Dark Eye role-playing games. It has an epic score, as you can hear. Sadly, I couldn't record the intro. My computer kind of stuttered when I tried to record it. But then again, I think it's unnecessary epic. I try to give you a link in the video description below to another video of the intro, though as far as I know there are only German intro videos on the net. Yeah, so I will click here on New Game. It's not a complete blind for me. I have played, according to the levels, about a quarter of the game. Yeah, and how we begin, I will let a dear friend of ours explain.
Greetings. I am turning to you in what are now dark times. Much has happened over the past few years. I have become embroiled in matters that can now scarcely be untangled. In order to achieve this, I desperately need an outsider, an unknown face. My house is situated on the Prayer Square in Ferdark, opposite the temple. I know I can count on your help. May Avis be with you on your journey. Your old friend, Ardo. P.S. If I'm not there when you arrive, my caretaker will be able to tell you where to find me.
Well, so we received a letter from our old friend Ardo of Bostock. And he seems to be in a desperate situation, so he calls for us. And as soon as I click on continue, we will find out who we might be. Yeah, so we are to travel to the city of Ferdark, and opposite to the Temple of Prayers, the god of law and light and the sun, he has his home. And he wishes us that Avis, the half-god of travelers and I don't know the English word, maybe it will come to me later. Yeah, so he wishes good travel luck with us, or have a good journey. So, here we have character creation, which is not much of a creation here. We have the choice between different archetypes, which we can then change a bit. It's not very free what you can do here, but it's okay, I guess. So here we have 3 types of dwarves: the mercenary, the sapper, which is a craftsman, and the prospector, which is more of a nature character. We have the ranger of the elves, which is what you would expect of an elf. So he's a magic wielder, he uses long-range weapons, and he's at home in the nature. Then we have the spellweaver, which is a more magic-focused elf character, and we have the fighter, which is a more fighting focused elf character, also magic, also a magic user, as all elves in the Dark Eye universe use magic. Then we have the Amazon, the one character where you can't switch gender. They are basically the most religious type of character you can play here. They are basically nuns, warrior nuns of the goddess Rondra, the goddess of righteous anger and of the fair fight, the duel. Here we have the pirate, which is more of an attempt to conceal that you play a Thorvalian, which is a culture of, well, Nordic bend, like the Vikings a bit. And because they don't want to use the culture or race as moniker for the class you play, so they call it a pirate with Thorvalian roots. Then we have 3 Telemedian mages, or mage-type characters, the Elementalist, the Meta-Magic, or Meta-Magician, and the Alchemist. And the Alchemist isn't as good at magic as the other two, and these have different kind of spells, though I think the most important difference is this one here conjures fire elementals, while this one can conjure skeletons. Here we have the 3 different rogue-like characters. We have the actual rogue, we have the burglar, and we have the thief. Of course, the rogue is something in between the two here. The burglar is more physical in what he does and is not as much of a pickpocket, while the thief is the opposite. Then we have 3 other mage-type characters: the battle mage, the healing mage, and the charlatan, which is one very interesting class. These are not actual magicians, as they are presented in the Dark Eye, but rather magicians who stopped their education at some point or failed a critical test or something, and have to roam the land as illusionists to entertain the peoples and get some money out of it. It's a very interesting class, and I'm quite tempted to play one. And here we have the warrior type characters. The actual warrior, which is something in between of an officer and a knight. The archer, which is, well, a long-range fighter. And the soldier, which is, yeah, it's more, he has more social skills than the warrior, who's also a bit of an academic. Not much on it, but a bit. Yeah, so that's our choices. I'm tempted either to play a Thorvalian. No. Maybe a rogue would also be interesting. But you, as far as I know, you get more than enough rogue characters. As I said, the charlatan sounds interesting. Or an actual warrior. I know that the game doesn't give you very much in the way of magical characters in the beginning, but then again, magic is actually quite rare in Aventuria. So for the sake of fantastic realism, I'm quite tempted to use a non-magical character. Also, I never played a dwarf, so that's also something that could interest me. Well, and what I decided on, you will find out in the next upload.